about a compare and contrast essay and what's involved to do that, and we're going to talk about what the process is to do that. So, what I'd like to first start talking about is when you're trying to decide. First, you have to pick a topic, and then you have to write out an outline for your compare and contrast essay. And so, for example, what I would pick as if I was doing the compare and contrast, I would do football and basketball. There's some similarities there, and there's some things that are different, and they differ, and they contrast each other. And so, how that looks is two similarities is that they both play with 4 quarters in the game, and they're both allowed to call timeouts during the game as well. So those are the two similarities of football and basketball. And then two things that are contrasted between those sports are football players wear pads because of the contact sport it is, and then basketball players do not wear pads. So there's one. Secondly, but football players, there's 2 teams. One plays offense, one plays defense. But in basketball, they play both basketball. They play both offensive, defense that the players do throughout the game. So that completes the comparison essay as far as getting your outline done, and then you would write the body of the outline, the intro, the body of the outline, and then summarize what the similarities are and what the contrasts are. So what I'd like you to do, class, now at this time, and I have my son Brandon here. He's a special guest in our class tonight, and so I'd like him to know what I'd like him to do is come up with what did you come up with on a compare and contrast essay?
So I think we should try to compare and contrast forests and a desert.
Oh, that sounds like a great thing to do for a compare and contrast essay.
So what do we have to do after we pick our topic?
We need to come up with 2 similarities, and we need to come up with 2 things that contrast each other.
Okay, so one similarity is that both have animals that live in them.
That they live in them.
Yes, so both animals live in both environments.
Okay.
Another similarity is that, well, it's actually maybe easier to do differences. So one difference would be that one gets a lot of rain and has a lot of green. One is very green and one is very dry.
Right.
And another difference might be one has very little shade, and one is very hot and one is cool.
Because of the rain?
Well, just because of the sun.
Sun, yeah, right.
One is very hot and one is very cool.
Right.
And then maybe another similarity would be that they both have snakes that live in them.
Great, my favorite animal.
Favorite animal. Okay, so I picked 4. So now what do I do?
So now that you've gotten that, very good job, Brandon. What you'd want to do now is make sure you put that in an outline and put the 2 similarities there, and then put your 2 contrasts and support each one of those. And then so that would be the body of your essay, and then you would write a conclusion about those similarities and those contrasts, and that would complete the requirement for writing a compare and contrast essay. Thank you very much for your time today, class, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Bye-bye.